Hello everyone and welcome back to ScorpioTech. In this video I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing Akko's new MOD68HE magnetic keyboard. I've opted for the wired aluminium white case with white transparent keycaps that comes with Akko's AstroAim magnetic switches in a US ANSI layout. And as of making this video, this exact keyboard costs £80, but this can vary depending on your selections. For example, you can either select wired or wireless variants as well as both ISO and US ANSI layouts. However, it's worth noting that as of right now there is a limited design choice on the ISO layouts, which is why I opted for the US ANSI layout on this occasion, but I do hope there will be more designs available for the ISO layouts in the near future. With that said, let's get the Akko MOD68HE keyboard unboxed. It arrived safely in this well packaged and nicely designed box with some cute artwork on the front and back, but let's get it open and see what we've got inside. Of course, we've got the nicely protected keyboard, which we will come back to very soon, a little bit of paperwork, and this accessory box, inside of which we've got this white USB Type-C to USB Type-A cable, which we will be using with this keyboard as it is the wired variant, as well as a tiny little Allen key and a keycap and switch puller. But that's actually everything inside of the box, so let's take a look at the main event. From the second I pulled the keyboard out of the packaging, I knew it was going to be a good one. It's got a really nice weight to it, high quality feeling materials, and just generally looks like a really well made and thought out piece of tech. I mean, just look at it, what a beauty. In terms of features, this keyboard comes pretty stacked, especially for the price. We're talking an 8000Hz polling rate, a ridiculous rapid trigger precision of 0.005mm, which is hard to even comprehend to be honest, as well as access to features like adjustable actuation, snap key, dynamic keystrokes, toggle key, mod tap, and more, which can all be controlled via a web and cloud driver, which I'll show you a little bit later in this video. Not to mention, it also has a RGB lighting with a 500Hz refresh rate, meaning you can individually control each LED, offering not only more customization, but more fluidity with your dynamic effects. Before we take a more in-depth look at the features, let's take a closer look at this keyboard's design. So this is a 65% keyboard that is housed in a really nicely CNC machined aluminium case, which has a very high quality finish to it. After seeing it in person, I'm really glad I chose to go with the white frame, as it perfectly fits with the aesthetic of my desk setup, but there is also a grey option available as well. As for ports, we've simply got one single USB Type-C port on the back left of the keyboard, and underneath, as you can see, we've got some standard rubber feet to stop it sliding around when in use. There are sadly no adjustable feet on this one, however I think the typing angle feels really great on this keyboard as it is, so I don't think that's much of an issue. Apart from that, the case is very simplistic, which I'm honestly a big fan of. There's no need to overcomplicate things, especially when you nail the basics, which I believe Akko have done here with the casing of the MOD68HE. But as you can tell, things get a little bit more fancy when it comes to the keycaps. Of course, there are a bunch of options available here, but some of you might know that I have a soft spot for transparent tech, which I'm pretty sure is purely nostalgia based. This is the white transparent option, and they are completely transparent from the sides and more opaque on the caps. Pretty much like pudding keycaps if you know those, but with more transparency. When paired with the south-facing RGB lighting on this keyboard, they work really well together, but honestly I think it looks great even without the RGB active, especially with these beautiful bluish aquamarine coloured Akko AstroAim switches showing underneath, which again perfectly match with my setup's theme. But yeah, these cherry profile keycaps feel really great to use, unlike some other transparent stuff I've tried which had a tendency to feel a bit cheap or tacky. Overall, I really love the design of the Akko MOD68HE. I personally think the pairing of the white case and transparent keycaps works really well, but there are a load of options available to suit your preferences. But aside from visually, it's hard to describe just how good this keyboard feels. It's heavy in a good way, there's nothing loose or that bends when it shouldn't, it's made perfectly in my opinion, and I honestly find it hard to believe that this only costs £80. And somehow, the best is still yet to come. Of course, how a keyboard looks is important to a lot of people, myself included, but the real value comes from the typing feel, features, and performance. And this keyboard nails every single category. Let's first take a look at the switches, which as I mentioned earlier are the Akko Magnetic AstroAim switches. These are linear magnetic switches with a really smooth travel, light initial press, and firm bottom out, and thanks to a strong and precise magnetic actuation, it ensures fast and responsive key presses. When I first got the keyboard out of the packaging and accidentally pressed some of the keys down, it made me feel things. Jokes aside, sort of, it honestly feels heavenly to press. I mean, keep in mind that a lot of this is totally personal preference, but I can't think of a nicer feeling keyboard that I've tried than this. I am really impressed. I would definitely describe the switches as smooth, almost soft feeling, and fairly quiet. They are so satisfying to use, really stable, and honestly just tick all of the boxes for me. I'll let you all have a listen to it now, so I'll see you on the other side. I really hope the audio comes across as I hear it in person because damn, it is really good. This is all likely down to the well thought out interior, which consists of a pour-on case foam, the PCBA, another pour-on plate foam, followed by a plate with shock absorbing silicones, which are all working together to create a great sounding keyboard. But let's get this plugged in and take a look at the software and features we have available to us with this keyboard. The first thing you'll want to do is head over to the Akko Download Center to access either their online driver or the downloadable driver. I'll also leave a direct link for you in the description to save you some clicking. I'm personally just going to use the web driver as it's so easy to use and you don't have to download anything. All you have to do on there is select your keyboard and you'll gain access to a whole load of settings. From the configuration tab you can access your remapping settings, magnetic switch settings which includes adjusting the actuation point to your liking, then in the advanced section you can customize options for dynamic keystrokes, mod tap, toggle key and snap key to your preferences. And in other settings you will be able to adjust your polling rate from 125Hz to 8000Hz, but by default it is maxed out at 8000Hz. In the next tab you can access the FN settings and again remap them as you wish with multiple layers and things like your macros and media buttons. Speaking of, the next tab is where you can create your own macro keybinds, which is really easy to do and allows you to directly assign them to keys and adjust things like the amount of loops and fixed intervals in milliseconds. Lastly, in here you can of course adjust your RGB lighting. There are a decent amount of options available here, which is much easier to navigate than via the keyboard's built-in keybinds. From a range of presets to custom lighting, you can change things like the speed, brightness and animation direction to best fit your theme. Whilst the 500Hz refresh rate on the lights makes for really smooth dynamic effects, I did feel quite limited in what I could create, which is probably the only thing that has let me down on this entire keyboard. And it's worth mentioning that to update the keyboard you will have to enable the IoT driver, which does take a little bit more work. But with that said, everything else has been above and beyond what I would expect from an £80 keyboard. So what are my overall thoughts? I think Akko have done exceptionally well with this keyboard, especially regarding the design, typing feel and sound. For the price tag this is very easy to recommend. It's packed with great features tailored towards competitive gaming, but works just as well as an aesthetically pleasing 65% board. Yes, the RGB looks great, but definitely could be better in terms of ease of customization, but other than that I really don't think there's any negatives, apart from maybe the lack of ISO color variants that are currently available. But yeah, overall this one is a winner for sure, a really great little keyboard. If you want to find out more about the Akko MOD68HG magnetic keyboard, I'll leave a link to it in the description, and if you have any questions feel free to ask me in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, please consider leaving a like or subscribing to the channel if you're new. Thanks again and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.